It's very interesting. If we study the population of India, the size of the population, composition of the population, the growth rate of the population, the density of the population, everything is the outcome of the physical conditions. We discussed earlier. How many people can survive over here? It is determined by the relief, it is determined by the climate, it is determined by the soil fertility, it is determined by the availability of water, all physical factors, and they determine how many people could survive. So the carrying capacity, and in India, if you see, we have the very long history of evolution of man. Since 4,500 years ago, we had the civilization, Indus Valley civilization, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Urban habitation was evolved almost 4,500 years, 4,500 BC. So you can say approximately more than 6,000 years ago, we had this substantial population distribution almost throughout the Indian subcontinent. So if you see the present day, the human population growth all over the world, not only in India. If I construct the population growth chart from 6,000, this is 6,000, or you can say almost 6,000 years ago, 4,500 BC to the present. And if I construct the chart of the population size of the country, population size of the country was like this. And in last 200 years, the population started increasing, and it is like this. So the population increase in thousands of years, it was almost equitable without any growth. Number of deaths and births remain same, but in last 200 years, population increased tremendously. So we controlled the deaths, but could not control the births. We controlled the births at the later stage. Till then our population increased like this. अगर आज भी birth को control नहीं करते तो और भी ऊपर चला जाता है एक. So this is how the population growth has gone in India. India have very suitable climate. We have the monsoonal climate, and we have the perennial rivers. We have plain topography, fertile riverine plains, deltaic plains, lacustrine plains, suitable coastal features with horticultural activities, agricultural activities, wide river valleys, seasonal rivers, perennial rivers, ephemeral rivers. We have wonderful crop growing seasons. We have seasons to grow the crops almost 3 times in a year. And let me tell you, sometimes farmer takes 4 crop in a year. They take 4 crop in a year. So they adjust, they take crops between the 2 crops. Some transitional time, they hardly spare their land. In such conditions, since we have substantial amount of food is available, then why not our population should not grow. That's why. If you see the travelogue by the Europeans, a Roman, Marco Polo, who started, who traveled around the earth, who confirmed that after this, that he traveled all over the globe and he started a journey from Venice. From Venice he came to Jerusalem through Mediterranean Sea. You should know the route of the Marco Polo. From Jerusalem he came to Baghdad, Karbala, and from Baghdad he went to Central Asia. Central Asia means Samarkand, Bukhara, Tashkent, and from Tashkent he took the Silk Route. Silk Route is over the Karakoram, over the Himalayas, and he crossed the lowest plain of Gobi Desert, and from Gobi Desert he reached to Beijing. And he stayed in Beijing in China for a long time, and after China then he took the boat, and from China he took the boat, from China he came to Vietnam, Vietnam to Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Myanmar, he came to India. He entered in the Bay of Bengal, came to Machilipatnam. While writing his travelogue, Marco Polo wrote, Indian people are bound to be slave because of the geographical conditions. If you see the travelogue of Marco Polo, it's very interesting. He said the geographical conditions are forcing Indians to stay slave. They don't want to work because soil is so fertile. Crop growing seasons are so ideal. So in one of the phrase, Marco Polo said कि हिंदुस्तान में हाथी के बैठने के लिए जितनी जगह चाहिए, the area required for an elephant to sit is sufficient for one family, is sufficient to feed one family for 1 year. Soil is so fertile. Thank God he reached only in the Machilipatnam, in the most fertile delta of Godavari in India. He never came inside the continent. So the drought prone area he has not seen. On the basis of Machilipatnam, the most fertile district of the country, he projected that Indian soil is so fertile कि सिर्फ seed spray करना है किसान को. Just spray the seed, spray the rice in an area और कुछ भी ना करे, एक साल में एक परिवार के लिए इतना खाना अनाज हो जाता है. So they need not to work hard. They will remain lazy. Climate is tropical. It's very hot. Excess sweating takes place. Dehydration is a common process. Blood becomes thick. People will remain lazy. जब blood thick होगा तो lazy हो ही जाएंगे. So what Marco Polo narrated centuries ago, when Marco Polo came to India, India was ruled by Razia Sultan in 12th century, 11th century, in the late 11th century. So that was the story. So wonderful fertility we have. ऐसे में since we have high, that's why we don't have the equitable distribution of population. We don't find the equitable population growth rate. So in different part of the region we have the high growth rate, some other part of the country we have the low population growth rate. So population growth rate is not equitable in the country. So in such condition, I want to give you some statistics about the population size. We have the trends of population. If I say trends means time. Through the different time periods, how much population is there. Before the World War, population projects were based on the estimation, not accurate. कौन गिनता था? गांव में जाते थे, कितने बच्चे हैं, इतने होंगे, इतने लिख लो. So कोई कितने डेथ हुए कुछ नहीं पता, कितने, they were not recorded. So in the absence of record, all estimates, all population statistics are based on the estimates. But after in India, we had the first census in 1872. It was based on estimates. 1872, the first census. Second census was 1891, and third census was 1901. So after 10 years, we decided to have the census. Some of the countries, even today, they don't have the proper census. In African countries, part of the people are not even accessed. So if you see the history of India, some of the data I used to forget. So मैं थोड़ा सा if we trained of the population of India in 1891 to 1901, this was the one census. In 1901, what was the population size? Population size, it is, I'll write in crores. Every data is in crore. So 1901, 1911, 1921, this is the time called big gap, great divide. And because instead of increasing the population of India in 10 years, in one decade population size decreased, and after that it never decreased. So in 1931, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2011. Oh, sorry, 2011. So this is the statistics. I'll give you some of the statistics of the population of India. I'm not forcing you to mug them up, but you should know what are the trends of Indian population size. But particularly after 1951. After 1951, what was the population size of India? So after 1951, it was 23.83 crore. So it decreased. So population decreased. After 10 years, it decreased marginally, but that's why this is called Great Divide. Great Divide. In 1921 is called the Census of Great Divide, and after 21, it is 31, 41, 51, 61, 71. This is the time when we had the 54 crore, and we used to say 54 crore of the population of India. India is passing through the population explosion, overpopulation. But today we are not saying like this. Then it is 54, then 68.38, then it is 84.43, and it was 102.70. This is 121.00. So in this time period, you can see how the population has increased. This has not increased equally everywhere in the country. Some of the area registered faster growth in one of the regions, some of the area registered faster growth in other areas. So in different seasons, if you see, this is the phase of partition. Partition of India. Large number of Hindus, Bengali speaking Hindus, Punjabi speaking Hindus, they came to India. So, and after this is the phase when 5-year planning process we started. 5-year planning process we started. And 71 was the phase. 71 was the phase when the diffusion of medical technology have taken place. Medical technology. Medical technology means we controlled the deaths. This is the reason. And in 81, it was country infrastructure development, infrastructure expansion, construction of roads and bridges and connectivity and the electrification and infrastructure upgradation was there. Developing schools and hospitals and medical health, and this was the phase in 91. It was basically industrial expansion. Industrial expansion. Industries spread over almost all over the country. It doesn't mean industry पहले नहीं आई थी. Industry यहीं से आने लगी थी, but it diffused almost everywhere, and this is the phase. Urban expansion, urban explosion. So people find connectivity to the urban areas. Every household has one person living in urban areas. Urban provides security, health security, medical security. Urban areas provide educational security. So every person is like this provided better living conditions, and this is the phase, you can say, technology. technological expansion, or you can say this is the phase of information technology, IT. So which diffused informations, and once the informations diffused population. So everywhere in every decade some advantages were there. So we had the population. I'm linking the population growth. This decline was because of the great famine. Continuously for 5 years there was no rain, and there was the famine in Bengal where millions of the people died in this period in 1911 to 21. So that's why population could not be increased. So let me stop it here. Tomorrow I'll continue, and probably I'll try to conclude the topic of population tomorrow.